We're in Shenzhen, China for the last 2 rounds of the 2018 FIM Freestyle Motocross World Championships at Night of the Jumps. And day 1 has just gone down. We've seen one of the closest, probably the closest day of competition in our history. In step up, Kai Haase and Pat Bowden both tied at the highest jump that they could get to until the bar could not go any higher. A big surprise for the final was seeing Philip Podmol make it in there, and that makes 3 Czech riders filling out that top 6. There was a huge battle going on for 3rd position. Peter Pillart going up against Pat Bowden and Libor Podmol. Peter probably would have come out in 3rd, but he just stuffed up that flare and he stomped the landing, but he put his foot down and came to a complete stop. Pat Bowden, the style king, he put together a really good run, but he just didn't have the variety. But with that huge cliffhanger flip, that was why he sealed 4th position. It was all about experience, and that's where Libor Podmol has been so many times before. He picked up 3rd position with a lot of big point scoring tricks. Then it was time for the big battle, the showdown. Maikel Melero, 4-time reigning world champion, he came out and stomped a very solid run, but he didn't put his biggest tricks in there. He just wanted to make sure he finished the night at least in 2nd position. Then it came down to our top qualifier, Luc Ackermann from Germany. He put together a hell of a qualification run, so we knew what to expect in the final. And he came out and he delivered. The run was going so well, and then he went for that surfer takeoff to Tsunami. Almost had a crash on it, turned around, then he did a dead sailor into a pretty weak cliffhanger. At that point, we all thought that maybe he'd given up on the run, but then he turned around, he did a mini flip and rolled straight into a double backflip. Absolutely blew the place apart. We did not expect it, and then he finished it with a double backflip knack-knack. Unfortunately though, those 3 big mistakes in the middle of his run was enough to cost him the win tonight here in Shenzhen. It was so close in the end. Both riders, Maikel and Luc, had 376 points, but on a count back, Maikel just took the win for tonight. So that's it here for day 1. Day 2, we will find out who will become the 2018 World Champion. It will be the biggest competition of the season. Here we are for the 2nd night in Shenzhen and the final night of the 2018 season. Kai Haase started things off for the night with Max's highest there. He took the win tonight, and with that, he took the win overall for the World Championship of Max's highest there, and also finally breaking the dominance from Massimo Bianconcini. Speaking of Kai Haase, he put together one of the coolest runs of the night in qualification, and with that, it gave him his first ever top 6 final at Night of the Jumps, with tricks like the wheelie all the way into this big whip, and then the nose wheelie going into the lazy boy backflip, one of the most tech tricks in the game. But the biggest incident in qualification came down to one jump from Luc Ackermann, and that sealed his fate for 2nd overall for the season, and that was that surfer takeoff to Tsunami backflip. He pulled way too hard and his right hand blew straight off the handlebars. He flew majestically all the way to the landing, only without his bike. His bike is destroyed, but he walked away from it, and that was the best result that Luc could have had for that incident. In the final, it was Maikel Melero who took the win. He put together a clean run. He started with the California roll, spinning that body varial around and landing perfectly, and he finished the run with the knack-knack flare, a big trick off of the quarter pipe. After a disappointing result last night, Peter Pillart came back with a vengeance and sealed 2nd position. One of the cleanest runs we saw all night, a lot of big tricks from Peter, especially with that side saddle takeoff to saran wrap to side saddle lander, improving on a trick that only Kenny Bartram ever tried way back in the day. And then Peter finished his run with that huge flare with so much amplitude, so high and so long, and he rode away from that one. After putting together a very good run tonight, Libor Podmol has sealed 3rd position, especially with that huge cliffhanger backflip to no-hand lander. And so with that third position, Liebel has sealed his third overall for the 2018 season. Luc Ackermann, he double flipped his way to second overall. A huge improvement for the 20-year-old and also becoming the youngest ever runner-up world champion. And in first position, 5 times reigning consecutive world champion, Maikel Melero from Spain. And that's a wrap for the 2018 FIM Freestyle Motocross World Championship season. We're going on holidays and we'll see you in 2019 for Night of the Jumps.